Deborah here. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. I am today representing Lakeview Community Advisory Panel, created under the Lakeview Ratepayers Association. Thank you for allowing me to speak this afternoon. This new community district benefits this city and beyond, a place where all citizens of Mississauga are provided an opportunity to be on or by the water, a place of recreation, a place to gather and connect, a place intended for well-being and inspiration, and a place to belong. Jim Tovey and Professor Danahy came to Council in February of 2008 and presented a crazy scheme, the Lakeview Legacy Project. For 10 years, our Lakeview community contributed to Lakeview legacy through visioning and workshops, and ultimately the Inspiration Lakeview Master Plan in 2014. In March of 2018, Lakeview community partners purchased the land, and so began the final stages in making the Lakeview community vision a reality. Last summer, during the OPA process with Council approval, we were provided a seat at the table as the Lakeview Community Advisory Panel. We appreciate the opportunity and remain positive, diligent and respectful as a community to continue being part of the process by working with city staff and LCP. Over the years, Inspiration Lakeview has been well documented by the media and well supported by all three levels of government. Great interest has been taken in the process, from award-winning community vision to the district building soon to take place. This project is a role model for other similar projects, and we consider the next phase as being most imperative to its success. This form of bottom-up approach and community engagement has internationally been proven to bring greater success to a project while achieving long-term and sustainable outcomes. Our community asks for density, and as we build our microcosm and our current stable community moves quickly into the next evolution of Lakeview, we must ensure that the adjustment includes all that is necessary for success, carefully considering our public transit, schools, park space, retail and local employment. For this community district to flourish for generations, big picture planning is required for city building with a successful outcome. As a panel, we provide outreach to the community while engaging residents and other community organisations, bringing forward their voice through citizen and user lens, providing feedback to city staff and LCP. As community volunteers, we run small workshops for residents with local industry guidance provided by citizen professionals. The process has been challenging, especially after the loss of our community spokesperson and councillor, Jim Tovey. With a lack of citizen input to the OPA process during the crucial months last year, while the OPA policies were put into place, there was little time for community participation in the haste for council approval before the 2018 summer break and fall election. Consequently, the OPA missed some key components and lost some elements important to the community in translation from the 2014 Master Plan. The final approval stepped beyond the community negotiated limits on unit numbers plus location and amount of height that previously required a height study. The 2014 Master Plan agreement between city and residents totaled 5,200 units on the former OPG portion of the site. At some point between January to March 2018, this number jumped to 6,800. As you can see, the current LCP Master Plan proposes 8,004 units. Residents have questioned how our community could support the jump from 5,200 to 6,800, and therefore the leap to 8,000 does have some considerable concern. However, we do look forward to dialogue on this and smart planning with LCP and city staff over the coming months. Lakeview Village was inspired by the community. As such, the design of every building from ground floor to roofline should serve to create a sense of community. The built form that reflects the inspiration of the community was developed through visioning sessions and public consultation. It should be noted that the community vision for Lakeview was approved based on a mid-rise community with open sky views, but not a community of tall buildings with mid-rise sections. We are concerned over the protection of the 35 acres planned as waterfront parkland. We wish to ensure inclusivity for all citizens of Mississauga, providing the new sense of place for Lakeview as originally hoped. The waterfront park should not become the backyard to an exclusive condo community and only available to its immediate tenants. where the built form immediately adjacent to the parkland should complement and be attractive to the parkland users. Our initial meeting with LCP and city staff highlighted the discussion on waterfront parkland and how the waterfront precinct and park will act as a continuous link from east to west. This is everyone's precious 35 acres waterfront destination, serving Canada's 6th largest city and supporting 1 million residents within a decade. Our focus has been to bring some of the exciting ideas lost in the OPA translation back into focus and ensure that City Park staff are central participants in forming this master plan process. The destination parks cannot be an afterthought. These park spaces create the shared value of the project and contribute to the revenue of both LCP and the city. We do realise there are significant costs and funding strategies needing attention in the coming months if these 35 acres are to become something that puts Mississauga on the map as a leading Great Lakes city. We ask councillors remain committed to this key destination park on our shared waterfront. This park will provide a critical connection for all Mississauga citizens to enjoy for decades to come. In recent months, our outreach group has been approached by a newly formed local Indigenous group in Lakeview, Eagle Spirits of the Great Waters. We appreciate common synergies of celebrating the water, land, enforcing community leadership, and reconciling our relationship with nature and the Indigenous people of our community. We have come to realise that this world-class designation that we speak of in Lakeview, is not just about the destination, but talks about every part of this community district, from planning process to sustainability, to built form, to lakefront protection, to inclusivity, to social well-being and environmental protection. This is the place where we all as stakeholders understand that there is no second chance, and we are all committed to getting this right. Lakeview is a community that asked and planned for its own intensification. That intensification will double our population within the next decade. We have moved rapidly from no planned intensification to one of only 3 areas designated as major node in Mississauga. With intensification comes additional tax revenue and development charges flowing into the city. We therefore ask for effective city planning and that transportation is put into place quickly, bringing forward the BRT as proposed by the Lakeshore Corridor Connection. It is imperative that other development projects such as West Village and One Port Street are considered together with Lakeview. A conservative estimate of 40,000 new residents will be coming to South Mississauga along the Lakeshore Corridor. Careful planning is necessary to assist existing stable communities manage this growth. Effective planning and investment in mobility will make it possible for our children's generation to live here with no car, and transportation modelling should be prepared to address this future. This panel and community have such passion for getting this community district right. We have pushed ourselves on research and education with countless volunteer hours. We have analysed the many studies provided by LCP on such things as height, traffic and sustainability. While we are not experts, we have been able to provide documented reviews and provide input on things we see missing or asking questions on what we would like to see explored further. For 12 years, the community has been fortunate in having Professor Danahy working pro bono to provide us with 3D modelling required to explore and understand the massing and visualisation from the perspective of a pedestrian at human scale on a project of this size. Residents have remarked on this becoming more prevalent in other large cities as they prepare for intensification. Because we have been shown how to do it right, and during Jim Tovey's time on council, budget investments and developing in-house staff expertise has already been put into place. This is city building. We therefore request that 3D models be used to support our city staff, council and panel through the next few months of this master plan process to assist our community moving forward with its plans. Due to the size of this project, we ask that a requirement is made to provide citizens with 3D modelling visualisation on this and other large-scale projects such as West Village and Marina Lands using the 21st century tools already available. We look forward to reviewing the next development plan from Sasaki, the master plan architect recently selected by LCP, who will refine and improve the initial draft LCP master plan. We look forward to the next sessions of our consultation in May and June with LCP and city staff as we address height and density. It is important that accountability will control the process, with LCP being accountable to the city and the city accountable to residents, working together to ensure that this is a true world-class project that we have all been striving for. Our commitment is to ensure this is a livable, sustainable community that is integrated with our existing stable community. At the end of our journey, all citizens, city staff and council will carry a sense of pride for this project, knowing that we all made good on the process and the commitment to the Lakeview Legacy Plan. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much. Any questions or comments? Oh, okay. Thanks very much for your presentation. Very thoughtful. Next, we have